What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It's your boy Blue, and fresh out of the hangar, this is the Cirrus Vision Jet G2 by FlightFX for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And today we are flying from Monterey, California to Lake Tahoe for a snowboarding trip. So we will be cruising at 27,000 feet and should arrive in less than an hour. So let's get started. Alright, first let's get these covers taken off and the aircraft powered on. To do that, I'm going to go down here to this panel right here and click on battery 1 and battery 2. And the Garmin's are coming to life. The Garmin G3000. This is the working title version of the Garmin G3000. And to get the covers off, you need to go down here to the middle screen. Go to Home. Go to VAMS, which is basically the way you control all the non-realistic functions. And then right here, storage cover. So we'll click on that, we'll see it goes away. And there's our storage cover. Now we can't sit here long on the battery, or the volts will go down. They'll be too low for us to start the engines. And I don't know how to recharge them after that is over. So what we'll do is we'll go back outside and get the GPU connected. Now sadly, as we open the door up, look at that beautiful animation. Sounds amazing too. Wow. That is nice. Sadly, there is no like option in the panel allowing you to turn the external power on, and you can't go into the menu and do it either. So you have to bind a key binding, and I did that. Key binding is called external power or something like that. So we go outside. I'm gonna hit that key binding, which is on my joystick right now, and there it is. Has its own custom sounds. Look at that. It's all connected right there in the back. That's very nicely modeled and detailed. I gotta say, while we're out here, I am really impressed. I really am really impressed by the visual quality. I know it's Microsoft Flight Sim and we are kind of used to getting good quality aircraft models, but this is one of the best 3D models and textured models of a Vision Jet that I've actually seen in any flight simulator. So I'm pretty impressed by what they've done here. You see the remove before flight flags are still there, the chocks are still there. We'll get those removed next. But man, FlightFX really did their thing on this aircraft. It looks so good. It looks so good. Can't wait to fly this more and more, and we're gonna do that today. So to operate these screens, most of them are touch. If you want to scroll, you can either basically just click and drag to kind of scroll through the page. We'll also get the covers and protectors removed, so it's going to click this button here and remove that, and it will also open up the luggage door so that we can load up our luggage. Now this is not necessarily an executive flight, this is more of a personal jet, so it's basically just me and some friends heading out to Lake Tahoe for a snowboarding trip. So back outside now, you can see those remove before flight flags are all gone, and the luggage door is there. So I'm still learning to fly this Vision Jet, so what I need is the checklist here. So I'm going to open up the checklist and click before engine start. That's not going to pop up on our right screen. And to operate the checklist, or to manipulate it, there's a little checklist scroll wheel right here. If I use my scroll wheel, my mouse scroll wheel, I can actually scroll down the list, and if I click on it, it'll check it in the green. So that's checked for pre-flight inspection. Door is not latched. I guess we could go do that now. So we'll go back here and we will reach up and close the door. Again, the sounds have done a great job with the sounds so far from what I've heard. So door is closed and latched. Next, parking brake. Parking brake is actually down here, and the parking brake is pulled out and set. So next we'll go to battery 1 and 2, which is already on, so we'll check that. Gen 1 and 2, which is not on, so click on that. Clicking it forward is on, by the way. So Gen 1 and 2 are on. External GPU is actually connected currently, and we can verify active FADEC channel is displayed below % thrust, which is right here, which is good. So we'll click on that again and click again, goes straight to the next page. And engine start checklist. So we're gonna do this in just a second. We're gonna do our flight plan and get our loaded up first. We're gonna go to VAMS, yeah, and go to luggage. And for our snowboarding trip, we're just gonna click on snowboarding. So this will load the aircraft with, you know, the required amount of weight for, you know, a typical snowboarding trip, you know, as far as passengers and cargo weight, whatnot. You do still need to go up top and set your weight and balance as far as your fuel here. I don't think it actually applies fuel, but you can actually go back and go to utilities and then go to initialization. And in here, you can not only do your self-system test, but you can also initialize fuel. And if I hit FOB sync, it should sync up to how much fuel we have, which is 185 gallons. I believe that is correct for our flight today. And we also have weight and balance here, which will show you a bit of more information of how much you have in here. So it says rear storage luggage 60 pounds. So I guess it's right. I'm not sure. Again, I'm still learning how they've done this. And you can also hit accept initialization here to accept those terms. And so while we're in here, we'll go to system test and do a pre-flight test.
Higher, 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 higher. Stall, stall, stall.
All right, pre-flight system test complete. Let's go ahead and head back to our home page now, and we'll go to our flight plan, and we'll get down into the gritty here. All right, so we're currently in Kilo Mike Romeo Yankee. We'll hit enter there, and then we will have a departure just to show that we can. On the left side, we have procedure. So click on procedure, hit departure. We'll be expecting to depart runway 28 left today out of Monterey. And it's going to be the Monterey 5 departure. Very basic departure, nothing special. We hit preview here. If you want to hit preview, hit show on chart or show on whatever. That's going to load up our chart, which is really cool. You can actually link this aircraft to Navigraph, and it will show charts right here in your G3000, which is really, really cool. Not very many aircraft do this in Microsoft Flight Sim so far. Now we hit load, and that is beautiful. Let's go back and back again, and we'll go to en route. And we'll insert a waypoint. Our first waypoint is going to be the Salinas VOR, Sierra November Sierra. Hit enter there. And then after that, it gets interesting. We have an airway. So to plug in an airway, we're going to go to, I believe we click on Salinas, yes, and hit load airway. Click on airway. It's going to give us a choice of different airways. We're going to do the Tango 261, and which will exit at Windy. So I love doing it like this. So scroll down till we see Windy. There's Windy. That's our exit. Hit load airway, and that's going to load in our whole airway. Cool. So scroll down again. We'll click on Windy, and we have another airway. So hit load airway. It's going to be the Victor 111. So Victor 11. Click on that. I'm going to go all the way to Patty on the Victor 11. So hit exit, and we'll be looking for Patty. There's Patty. Yeah, there's Patty, and hit load airway. And there she is. And continue one more time. We have one more airway. So Patty again, load airway, and Victor 113. And that's gonna exit at Modesto, which is right there. Load that airway. And we have one waypoint after that. Next is just a regular waypoint. We're gonna go down to add en route waypoint and type in dudes, Delta Uniform, Delta Echo Sierra, and enter. And that is our final waypoint. And now we'll add in our destination. So add destination, Kilo Tango Victor Lima, Lake Tahoe. Enter. Beautiful. And then we'll click on our destination once again, and we will select an approach. We do not have an arrival. We just have an approach. Our transition will be head tree, and our RNAV will be 18. That is correct. Actually, I already put that in there for us. And we can do preview again and show on chart. If you decide we want to do that, let's see if that works. Yep, show on chart, and that'll show us our chart of our approach into Lake Tahoe. Super helpful. I love this chart function. And we can just hit load. This is not going to activate it, it's just going to load it. If you activate it, that'll basically set your next waypoint as the first waypoint on the approach. And we're not even anywhere near it, so never need to do that. Alright, cool. That's all done. We'll go back. Alright, lastly, I'm going to go to the left and click on flight plan options and go show on map. And now it's going to show us, actually we hit full here. And now we can see our entire flight plan on the map. So it is actually going to go from Patty, Mod to Dudes. So another really cool control here in this Garmin G3000 is you can actually click on this button here, and it brings up the map pointer control. And you can actually click inside of here, and you can move your mouse pointer on the actual G3000, which is pretty cool. I don't know how to actually click on anything, but you can at least move the mouse. Very interesting feature. And you can also scroll your range in and out with the right pointers. You can see here, I don't know how to move the map up, but you can see at dudes is going to continue to wrap around to head tree. So that's what we want right there. Perfect. Okay, back to the home button and to our checklist. We are ready to do engine start checklist. So we'll turn our strobe lights on. Check our cast messages. First look good. Alright, thrust levers, make sure they're set to idle, which they are. And speaking of the thrust lever, I want to say if you're a massive fan of Cirrus aircraft and Cirrus jets, I definitely recommend you pick up the ProDesCim Cirrus throttle mod for the Honeycomb Bravo. If you have Honeycomb Bravo and you love Cirrus jets, I definitely recommend you guys pick up the Cirrus throttle mod. It's really cool, and matter of fact, you can actually get 15% off if you use my promo code, which will be down in the description. But anyways, that is on idle. Next, we're gonna make sure our brakes are set, and they are. Now I'm gonna go to our left and go to, I'm gonna move our joystick out of the way here and hit engine run. You can hear that. Verify fuel pump on. Advisory cast is displayed. It says fuel pump on, and audibly confirm pump is on. We can hear the pump is on. Okay, engine start switch is here on the left. We'll click that, push to start. Let's go. I ain't gonna lie to you, you guys know I'm big on sound, and that sounds good. Oh yeah. Alright, so engine run is good. Engines are stable. You're gonna check that engine instruments are good. We're monitoring that. External power disconnects, so I can just hit my button here. Disconnect the external power. Oxygen master switch, verify on. So we'll switch that on. You can hear the actual oxygen release there. All of our pins are removed and stowed. Passengers have been briefed. Seatbelts are secured. And the bleed air switch needs to be on, which is the fresh air switch here. Local weather here in Monterey is 130 at 4 knots. Visibility 10, clear. Temperature 04, dew point 02. Altimeter is 2999er. We can put that in right here. So put 2999er. Beautiful. Transponder's gonna go in right here, which is walking 1200 at the moment, so that's fine. Now we'll set our heading and initial altitude. To do that, you need to actually go down to the lower area here. So I'm gonna move my screen. So our altitude is gonna be 27,000 feet when we climb into that. All right, there's 27,000 feet. So we're gonna go to heading 329 here on the left PFD. And our speed and auto throttle controls are all down here by the throttle itself. We can actually scroll up and get that set to where we kind of want it. I don't have any V speeds put in right now. All right, that's set. Flight controls. Alright, flaps 50%. Alright, electric road trim is set. Toga button press. Alright, I just pressed my toga button here on my joystick. Cast messages check. Probe heat is the only thing on, which as it should be. Seats must be in normal upright position. And parking brake release. And now we'll go down, hold the brakes. Brakes release. The button is to the right of it, which is weird. Right there, there it is, brakes released. And one last thing before we get taxiing, let's go down here to our Bose and put the headphones on at an active noise reduction. And listen to how much quieter that is. You can see the headphones are no longer on the top of the panel. They're now on our heads and actually actively canceling noise. So go ahead and give it throttle. And I'm going to taxi over to runway 28 left. Left is clear. And right is clear. All right, we're holding short 28 left at Alpha. First things, landing lights on, probe heat switch on, engine IPS switch. I'm not sure what that even means. Don't need wing stab, cast messenger check, trim set 6%, flaps 50%, and verify takeoff emergency battery cast message is not displayed. That is all good. Before takeoff checklist complete. All right, here we are, runway 28 left. All right, we'll hold the brakes down and set takeoff thrust, which is basically all the way up. There it is, takeoff thrust set, brakes release. We're rolling. Do our best to maintain center line here. Airspeed is alive. Looking for between 80 and 90 knots for rotation. There is 80, we'll do it at 90. And there's 90, a little bit of back pressure on the stick, and just like that, easily we are up. Positive rate, gear up. I'll see you later, Monterey. Alright, pitching for about 5 degrees actually on climb out in the Vision Jet. We're going to follow the flight director as we're going to go down and hit nav mode down here. So pitching down. She wants to pitch up a lot more. Flies very smooth. Taxis very smooth. One of the biggest complaints when flying some of these smaller light jets and aircraft is that it's just all over the place during taxi and takeoff. But I don't feel the same about this aircraft. And this thing gets off the ground easy. You don't need a whole lot of runway for this Vision Jet. On the climb out, you do not want to stay in takeoff thrust. I think there's like a max limit of like 2 minutes. So you're going to bring the throttle back to MCT for climb. Okay, about to pass 4,000. Let's go down and hit flight change mode. And autopilot on. Nav mode's already Nav mode's on, flight director's on, autopilot's on. Flight change mode for 136 knots. We can speed that up by switching to manual there. And scrolling that up so it gets about 150. You want to pitch for 150 knots here on the climb out. We'll get our flaps up as well. Should have done that earlier. That'll give us some more speed. Yep, there it is. Now in the auto throttle panel, it has the AT for auto throttle arm, manual for manual speed, and then FMS for best FMS speeds. Basically, it'll follow the FMS speed, or you can do managed mode, not manual, managed mode. So to manage the speed that you set here in the PFD. Right now, we're basically on flight change mode though, so it's not using either. All right, here we are, leveling off at our top of climb at 27,000 feet. We got up here using flight change mode, about 150 knots. We're planning to cruise around Mach 0.5 or so, so we'll make that transition here in just a second. We are about 45 minutes away from Lake Tahoe, currently flying over the beautiful mountains of Northern California, which I love flying out here. Beautiful day. It's always a beautiful day out in California. I have to say, though, one thing about this jet, I actually was not looking forward to it. I'm being honest. I was not looking forward to the Vision Jet from FlightFX. It's not because FlightFX made it. I never tried the Honda Jet. I was never a fan of that particular aircraft. Not the mod, just in real life, I'm not a huge fan of the Honda Jet. It's interesting looking, but just not interesting enough for me to like it visually. And the Vision Jet, in a similar concept, but wasn't really looking forward to it. But something told me to give it a try when I saw it came out. And so now we're giving it a try. And so far, I have no regrets. I actually really like it. I enjoy it a lot. I want to fly it more. Like, I'm already trying to think where I'm going to fly next, which is a good sign. Whenever you're excited about flying an aircraft again and again, that means that it's a very enjoyable aircraft. I've already talked about how good the visuals are on the exterior. The interior visuals are just as good. I mean, they've added a lot of really cool features to this aircraft that make it so enjoyable and easy to use. I love the way that they've incorporated the G3000 here into the flight deck. It's just very well done. We've got synthetic vision here in our main PFD screen. We were able to get your charts in here with Navigraph. That's a big deal to me. I mean, the noise cancellation Bose headphones is a really cool addition and feature. So really impressed by the things that they've done with this aircraft so far. I mean, wow. Let's go ahead. So we're cruising now at 27,000 feet. Let's go and I'm going to scroll our speed tape here up to right below the red and white striped line, which is going to put us about Mach 0.53. And that's actually not going to really, I don't think it's going to actually change our speed. I think we have to go here and click on AT. Let's see if this works. So click on, click on AT. So that's auto throttle arm. Yeah, so that's auto throttle arm, and now we're in managed mode. So managed mode means that wherever we put that blue tick, that's what the auto throttle is going to try to manage. And what the thing is cool is, you know, one thing that strays people away from general aviation and smaller light jets is the fact that it doesn't have an auto throttle. Now that doesn't scare me. It doesn't matter to me. I can manage my speed myself if I need to, but this aircraft does have auto throttle and a working VNAV. Now I personally don't really know how to use the VNAV yet, but it does have a working VNAV, so if you want to give that a try, you can, as well as it has you know, icing effects and proper de-icing boots on the edge of the wings. But yes, you can see now our aircraft is trying to manage that speed, so it's giving it a little bit more power to get us back to Mach 0.53. Now there's also down here the FMS managed mode. If I click on that, it will actually basically, based on the manufacturer's specs, it'll do its best to maintain whatever the best speed is, whatever that is. I don't know, but that's what it's going to do. We can also go in here and hit VNAV and click on VNAV enabled. Now we'd actually need to go into our flight plan here and set some altitudes. So let's say at Hetry, we need to be at, I believe it's 11,000 feet is what my chart said. That is correct, 11,000 feet. So we'll click here and we'll type in 11,000 and hit enter. And yep, so now it shows us that our top of descent is in 15 minutes. So that's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet the way that works. Another cool feature in the Vision Jet is this right here. If we go up and click on that, brings up our FlightFX Vision display, which is pretty sweet. I don't know how to put anything on this screen, but it does at least come out and it looks kind of cool, you know. So, you know, our passengers can watch something on longer flights if they need to put their headphones in and all that stuff like that. So pretty sweet feature. We'll continue about 45 minutes out from our, probably less than that, probably 30 minutes out now from our destination and 15 minutes from our top of descent. So enjoy the view, guys. All right, we've reached our top of descent, and sadly, I have not yet figured out how VNAV actually works, and the manual doesn't really help you either. It gives you some tips about VNAV, but doesn't really show you how to use it necessarily. So I was kind of basically messing around trying to figure it out on my own. I'll show you guys in chat. I can just tell me after the video's over how to do it, and I'll figure it out then. But basically what I'm doing now is I'm using vertical speed mode. I'm using the VNAV profile screen to you know, kind of set a vertical speed target and see what my vertical speed deviation is. Right now we're 1,300 feet above where we want to be because I was messing around trying to get VNAV to do it on its own, but it didn't. So we're going down 11,000 feet, have that set. We're descending 1,800 feet per minute. We only need 1,500, so I'm just trying to catch up to that vertical deviation we have, and our bottom of descent is about 8 minutes and 50 seconds away. The VNAV button here, this direct VNAV, basically means start VNAV now. So I basically clicked this button about a minute away from our actual top of descent, and it basically activated our descent into our VNAV profile, except aircraft didn't actually descend on its own. It just started giving us these numbers here. So again, descending down for 11,000 feet. Our target's 1,400. Really, the target is 1,500. That's my real target. So I'm gonna hit that, enter, and so our vertical deviation is only a few hundred feet now. So once we catch up to that, I can change my vertical speed profile to 1,500. And FMS speed down here is still controlling my speed, so I didn't have to mess with the speed. The speed is being managed by the FMS to keep us out of overspeeding, but also keeping us right below the barber pole, as they call it. So making our descent down into Lake Tahoe, you actually see on our synthetic vision, our GPS here, this lake is actually Lake Tahoe. So we can see that there, and outside the window as well, we can see that's Lake Tahoe. It's looking beautiful out. Looks like we do have some good snow out here for our snowboarding trip, which is good. But we are descending now into Lake Tahoe. All right, my controls were about 8,000 feet, 145 knots, 150 knots. Let's go ahead and drop the flaps to 50%. And we'll bring the gear out as well. Alright, here comes the gear and the flaps waiting for 3 green. I got visual on the airport. Again, autopilot is disconnected and all throttle is disconnected. A little bit of wind pushing us to the left here out in the middle of the lake. You can actually see here now on our synthetic vision display there on our PFD. You can see the runway there as well. And look at that, slowing down really nicely. This thing slows down really nice, actually. I'm surprised. Pretty easy to manage the speed. Alright, let's keep bringing it out to down here. Alright, flaps are down 50%. All 3 gear is down 3 green. Speed's looking nice. I have visual of the field here, landing on runway, I think it's 18. Alright, going flaps full, 100%. And we're a little high at the moment. I love flying the Lake Tahoe. Look how beautiful it is, all the trees. Alright, there's 1 red. Alright, 2 red, power. Alright, coming in, we're a little low. 4 red means you're dead. But we should be okay. Having to put a lot of power in to keep her in the air here on full landing config. And we maybe to do it, she probably gonna want to float, so here we come over the threshold. Alright, cut the power, a little bit too much there, and here we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'll take that. Right on the center line too. Alright, manual braking. Look at that, she got to slow down nice and fast. Welcome to Lake Tahoe, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm going to exit the runway here off of the runway and over to the FBO. And we'll clear here at Echo. Very nice. It's a really nice airport scene right here as well. Basically just let it roll in. I really hope you guys enjoyed that flight as much as I did. Well, I mean, of course you didn't. I mean, you gotta fly it for yourself. I highly highly recommend this plane. But of course, everyone is not going to like it. If you don't like these type of aircraft, if you're not into light jets like this, if you only like big heavy jets with 4 engines, you're probably never going to like this plane, to be honest. But if you do like business jets and smaller aircraft, or you want to just give it a try, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's really good. It has enough system depth to kind of keep you busy for those of you who want kind of more of a, I'm not going to quote study level, but if you want more of a in-depth experience with an aircraft, this is a great plane for you. Has all the great IFR equipment, the glass cockpit, the screens, the modern hardware, everything is in it. So I really like it personally. I'm gonna be flying it more often for sure. And yeah, if you like it out, check it out on the Microsoft Marketplace. Until next time, remember you have 3 choices: give up, give in, or give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next video. I'm out.